All right, I think that's enough time to let everybody filter in. So once again, thank you for those of you that are here to attend the Department of Communication, Media, and the Arts virtual open house session on Monday, March 31st, 2025. You're going to hear from a bunch of our different faculty members, as well as members of my staff. So with us today is Miss Megan Troy. She's one of the assistant directors for graduate admissions. I guess I should introduce myself. I apologize. My name is Brett McAllister. I'm the director for graduate admissions for the Halmos College of Arts and Sciences. So with me is Miss Megan Troy, who the majority of you have been speaking with off and on. She is absolutely wonderful and very informative with everything she knows. Also with us is going to be Dr. Kitchens, as well as Melissa's with us, and then one of my other assistant directors, Miss Farah Amro, who you'll speak with as later if you need to, as well as a secondary source from Megan. So also, we do want to introduce the Dean of Halmos College of Arts and Sciences, Dr. Holly Lynn Baumgartner. She served as the Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences since September of 2021. She's really big on promoting, student success in a variety of areas, including things like pilot projects, addressing real-world issues like environmental and community health. She's an accomplished scholar herself with multiple publications and multiple books, of course, as well. She also presented internationally and received numerous awards, including the Mercy College Professor of the Year Award. So she's not with us today, unfortunately, because she is the dean, so she is very busy running around doing all the great things she does for us here at Halmos College. So a brief overview of Nova Southeastern University. We were founded in 1964, offering more than 280 undergraduate, graduate, and professional degree programs here at the university. We are the largest private not-for-profit institute in the United States that meets the U.S. Department of Education criteria as a Hispanic Serving Institute. We are accredited by the Southern Associate of College and Schools Commissions. We are one of only 50 universities to be awarded Carnegie's Community Engagement Classification, which we are obviously very proud of. We do have a couple of different campus locations. Our main campus, where you as a student with this department would be mostly spending almost all of your time, I believe, would be on main campus. It is in Fort Lauderdale-Davie. It is a very large, beautiful campus located about 24 miles north of downtown Miami. And there's very easy access to airports and everything around us too, as well as a bunch of different other regional campus locations in North Miami Beach, Oceanographic campus out in Dania, and a variety of other satellite campuses throughout South Florida, as well as University School in Puerto Rico and Jamaica, the Bahamas, and international locations, as well as I mentioned, the University School in Fort Lauderdale-Davie. From a facility standpoint, we have one of the largest public libraries in the state of Florida. It is located over on main campus, a 5-story, beautiful building where a lot of your time will obviously be spent. We also do have things like the Don Taft University Center, which is a focal point of campus life, which is also where the basketball arena is, your school fitness center, as well as a couple different food courts, and the flight deck is there as well. That's on main campus. You will get access to all of NSU's unmatched facilities and resources as a student. Even though you would be a graduate student, you still have full access to everything we offer our undergrads, and probably more so because you're a graduate student. So we like to take care of our higher education students. Now, the Halmos College of Arts and Sciences, we are divided between the two different campuses, the main campus location, as well as the Oceanographic campus, because one of the departments in Halmos College of Arts and Sciences is our marine science one, which is located out on the water. We also have the biological sciences, chemistry and physics, conflict resolution studies, humanities and politics, as well as mathematics for undergrad. So we're quite diverse. Now, some of the other, I'll go over these briefly, but we have a variety of different graduate programs. I mentioned the master's in biological sciences, conflict, environmental sciences, marine science, medicinal chemistry, and national security affairs, international relations, as well as 2 different doctorate degrees, one in conflict analysis and one in oceanography and marine biology. But obviously, we are here to talk about competition rhetoric and digital media today. That is the name of the game. So I'm looking forward to talking to you more about that. So it is mainly located, obviously, if you mentioned, over on main campus, specifically in the Hollywood buildings and Mailman building. offers undergraduate degrees in art design, communication, dance, music, and theater, as well as the graduate program is the MA in composition, rhetoric, and digital media that you'll hear more about from our wonderful attendees here presenting. Now, the department chair is Dr. Shanti Bruce for the overall department because she handles graduate and undergraduate. She received her Faculty Excellence in Teaching Award delivered in 2011 at NSU's Convocation Address. Authored multiple books as well. Published a variety of different pieces as well, things like what every multilingual student should know about writing for college and tutoring second language writers. She co-edited as well a special issue of the Academic Exchange Quarterly and has contributed to a chapter to Transnational Writing Program Administration. Now, I will very happy to introduce Dr. Kitchens, who represents the graduate program specifically. So Dr. Kitchens is the director of the Graduate Studies for Composition, Rhetoric, and Digital Media program coordinator for Applied Professional Studies. Instructs a variety of courses in writing, media, technology, and professional studies across undergraduate, graduate, and honors programs. She is the recipient of multiple research awards, including 2 book awards for scholarship in media studies and recognition for her contribution to the advancement of professional development practices in the field of rhetoric and composition. So you'll hear much more from Dr. Kitchens down the road.
Thank you, Brett. At this time, we are going to turn it over to Dr. Juliet Kitchens and the Department of, not the department, excuse me, the Graduate Program of Composition, Rhetoric, and Digital Media for her to tell us all about it.
Thank you, Megan. Thank you, Brett. So the MA in Composition, Rhetoric, and Digital Media, or CRDM, offers an interdisciplinary approach to media studies and education training. We have a range of faculty, and our community is relatively wide on campus. So as an MA student, you would have the ability to work in a variety of experiential environments that would prepare you for a career. That is a central tenet to the program. We believe in sort of hands-on experience as a core in the educational experience. And we also have a range of faculty who specialize across the disciplines across the fields in rhetoric, composition, and digital media disciplines. And then the third thing that we want to point out here is that we do have a variety of cutting edge resources. So our master students work with state-of-the-art technology. They work in a variety of media content creation spaces that I'm going to talk about in just a few minutes. And our class format is in the evening. Our classes do begin at 6 o'clock in the evening. We have a couple of courses that are online or hybrid, so asynchronous or synchronous class meetings, but the majority of our courses are face-to-face classes where you come to campus. They are ground-based here at our Davie campus. The program really has 2 sort of primary components. There's the theoretical component and the practical component. So whereas typical traditional graduate programs really do focus on classroom-based learning, and you might think of it more in sort of the traditional, I'm going to write a bunch of papers and do a lot of analysis. We do that, but it's not the only thing that we do. So we have the theoretical knowledge that's provided through our coursework, but we also do a great deal of production. So we believe in this program that we like to call ourselves a maker program, mostly because we do center production and experiential learning as, like I said, a core tenet of the program. We believe that the more experience you can gain in our environment, the better you're going to be in your professional environment when you move on. Our curriculum is diverse. This is a 30 credit program, and you are required to have a 3.0 in order to graduate. That's pretty standard across the board for NOVA. And our program does include a range of completion projects. So you have an opportunity to develop a completion project that reflects your personal and professional goals and the coursework that you want to be doing in the program. Our curriculum includes 4 core classes that sort of range the disciplinary knowledge of rhetoric, composition, digital media, and then we also have a research methods core class that we require of all of our incoming students. And mostly these set you up for success and give you the foundation to really get the most out of the elective courses that we offer. We do offer elective courses in technical and professional writing, as well as media production and education preparation. So preparing to teach. Full-time students, so that would be 6 credits per term. If you're going full-time as an accelerated student, you can complete this program in as few as 18 months. 6 credits per semester, which works out to be about 3 credits per term, is actually full-time according to the university and financial aid and the registrar and all of that. So there are some options for how quickly you move through the program, and depending on what you want to do next, we have students who are completing the program in 18 months, and we have students who are taking about 2 years, about 5 semesters to get through the program. So again, it just sort of depends on your next step and how quickly you want to move through the coursework. We have, as I mentioned earlier, a couple of sort of primary spaces that our students engage for some of that experiential work that they're going to do. The Writing Center, the Writing and Communication Center here at NOVA, located in the Alvin Sherman Library, is one of those spaces. It does offer, as you see here, a collaborative environment. There's an amazing support community and network that you can engage through the Writing and Communication Center. And you'll work with students at a variety of stages in their academic experience. Not all of our students get engaged with the Writing and Communication Center, but I will say that the majority of our CRDM students do find their way to it, at least for 1 or 2 semesters of their experience. And it is a wonderful space for sort of preparing for a career in education and communication. There's a good amount of digital content that's produced from our graduate students in CRDM for the WCC. And they have taken on a range of projects that give them an opportunity to sort of experience, I don't know, all the possibilities that are embedded in an educational environment. The next sort of primary space that we engage as CRDMers is the Mako Media Network. Mako Media Network consists of the Current and Mako News, which is the online version of the Current, Mako Radio, and Mako TV. So we do have a functioning radio station and a functioning television station and studio, as well as a newsroom and various production rooms. So a range of skills can be learned and developed there, as well as sort of building out very specific portfolio elements. It is a rare opportunity for master's students, graduate students to be able to engage this diverse sort of network of news production. And many of our students have just a lot of fun in those spaces. I'm now going to turn it over to Melissa Valesco, who's a current CRDM student, so she can tell you a little bit about her experience.
Thank you, Dr. Kitchens. So this is actually a little nostalgic for me looking back because it is my last semester in the CRDM program. This is my 6th semester, so that goes like for the pacing. I'm currently a graduate assistant at the Writing Center. which I love, and I think it's a great experience if you do consider it. Um, so throughout the CRDM program, I've taken a lot of different classes, not just about theory. But we actually had an AI class, and we had the opportunity to go to an AI conference, which was really cool. And so I'm currently doing the internship completion project to kind of wrap up my time here. And I worked with a small company who wanted to do a lot of social media marketing and website rebranding. So I'm finishing that up as well. Um, and currently, my last class of the semester is a museum curation class, which is very cool. We're actually working with a very famous photographer, Mark Hauser's, um, basically his all his life's work, and we have the opportunity to curate all of these things and archive them, and it's a really cool experience. And I think each step along the way through the generative AI class, editing, layout, and design, all of these professors in the CRDM program, they really helped me kind of, reach each stepping stone to this final one at CRDM. So it's a great program, and I'm very thankful.
Thanks, Melissa. And we're happy to have you here. We are sad to see you leave, though, but proud. So our CRDM students, including Melissa, go on to a range of careers in academia, in editing, content creation, technical writing, design, public relations, and publishing. See our we see our alumni in roles like instructional design and teaching, but also as editors and marketing managers, content creators, as I mentioned, social media managers, technical and professional writers, working with companies for sort of corporate communication as well as and organizational communication, as well as more broadly to public facing venues. And here are just a few of our alumni, and this gives you a sense of the range of career opportunities that our alumni have sought. I will say that Mimi and Nicole and Ricky, and as you'll see on the next slide, Sherry and Nikki, they really do represent sort of this vast opportunity that our CRDM alums seek. We do everything we can as faculty in the program to help you network and to support the goals that you come into the program with or that you develop through the program. And we find that many of our alums sort of keep coming back and keep us updated. And we continue to work with them in professional and academic environments and experiences. So, for example, we have a faculty member who's currently sitting on Ricky's dissertation committee. I think it's Ricky's dissertation committee. And at University of Central Florida. And we still work with Sherry and Nikki very closely as they're both teachers and sometimes they adjunct for us in our department. So it is the community is a very close-knit community. And we do make ties that, sort of stay with you. I will hand this back over to Megan.
Thank you, Dr. Kitchens and Melissa. I am always happy to hear where the alumni of our programs are going and what they're doing. And it's a great way for our students to kind of see what pathway might lay ahead of them if they decide to come into our community. So I'm going to go over, again, my name is Megan Troy. Sorry about that. I work as an assistant director of graduate admissions and specifically work with our CRDM students. So if you have been emailing or applying, then you've probably received an email from me or even my counterpart, Farah. She is actually going to be taking over for me this upcoming fall semester. So if you're applying for any semesters after the summer, then you'll see communications from both myself and Farah. So this is the team that works for our graduate admissions. If you have any questions, all of us are suited to best be able to help you. But again, you can reach out to me directly or FAR, excuse me. So this is my contact information. And yes, for now, please feel free, email me, send me a message, give me a call, and we can schedule in-person or Zoom meetings. Zooms are usually easiest for students if they've got just one or two questions, but if you need to sit down and talk, I'm happy to meet with you. So I'll leave the screen up for a second so you guys can grab my contact information. Take a screenshot. All right, so let's get to business. So for the CRDM program, our students can enroll for the summer or the fall term. What's really important is Dr. Kitchens lets you know about some of those graduate assistant positions that are available. Melissa lets you know that she's working at the WCC as a graduate assistant. Students that are interested in that opportunity would have to come in during the summer term. So the application is still available if you are interested in starting this upcoming summer. Application deadline is April 18th. So we've got just about a little over 2 weeks before we close the application for summer 2025. But if you're not really interested in possibly having the GA position and you just kind of want to start school and get your classes done, you are also welcome to apply for the fall 2025 semester term, excuse me, and that is July 18th is the application deadline for that. These are the required things that all of our students need. So of course, you're gonna fill out the online application. You go directly to Nova's website and click apply, go to the graduate, and then you'll start the application there. The application does have a $50 application fee. And the required documents that you will need to provide are all of your official transcripts. So this means any college or university that you've attended since you left high school, you'll need to send us a transcript for those. And if you are an international student, you will have to have your international transcripts translated through either WES or a NACIS approved organization and have that sent over to us. Again, all official transcripts need to be provided for evaluation. Writing samples. So this is a program that is going to require you to write. So we need to see what your writing styles are. And I will give you a couple of examples in a second on what we are looking for when we ask for writing samples. So we will be asking for 2 writing samples. If for some reason you're unable to provide, you just reach out to us and we will discuss what your options are if you're unable to provide us with 2 writing samples. The next thing is a CV or resume. Of course, we would like our students to provide us on that resume at least 3 references, one of them being an academic reference. So again, name and email address, phone number if available, and if our department needs to contact your references, that will be how they do it. So we no longer are requiring letters of recommendation, but on your resume, just go ahead and provide us with the contact information for who you would most like to represent you if we need to speak to them. If you are an international student, you may need to provide us with English language proficiency. Of course, if you have questions on whether or not your specific country might require it, go ahead and just send me an email and I will let you know whether or not your institution, not your institution, but if your country is required to provide it. The only exceptions that we do have are international students who have already attended a US-based institution. Again, if you have questions about that, feel free to reach out to me. We are going to look at your overall academics and a minimum of a 2.85 GPA for consideration for the program. And then lastly, admissions interviews. So after the department has reviewed all of your academic profile, your writing samples, your resume, if required, they can reach out for admissions interviews. So I tell every student, once your application is complete, please give us 1 to 2 weeks to review, and then just be on the lookout for communications from either our admissions team or the academic department if they need to schedule an interview with you. So these are our examples of writing samples. So again, students, we are asking for 2 writing samples from 2 different categories. So this can be an academic paper, journalistic content, public relations content, digital media content, teaching materials, technical writing. And if your questioning whether your document fits into any of these categories, again, I am a simple email away and we will get the department to let us know if something is available. One of the things we do want to go ahead and stipulate is academic writing, research papers, even journal articles sometimes can exceed 5 pages. We don't need your entire dissertation or thesis that you might have done from your undergrad or an entire campaign that you might have created for your job. But what we would like to see is just pieces of it. So between 2 to 5, never exceeding more than 5 pages for each of your samples. So for the application process, like I mentioned already, it's really simple. You go right to the NOVA website and click apply, and then it'll take you over to create your account if you don't already have one. You provide us with all of your demographic information. And then you're going to go through each of the pages of the application. Please provide us with the name of each college and institution you've attended, because those are the transcripts we will then be waiting for in order to complete your application. And then you'll hit admissions documents after you've submitted the application itself. Once that is there, you should be able to upload your writing sample, your resume, and your proof of language proficiency. That might have to be sent directly to the university, just like your official transcripts have to be sent directly to the university. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to reach out to me. We like to tell students that the admissions committee, once all documents have been received, we give them 7 to 10 business days to complete your review. So once you see that your application is complete in your portal, you'll just give us those 7 to 10 business days in order to complete the application review before you will receive an emailed admissions decision. What do you do after you've been admitted? Well, congratulations. You've been admitted to the CRDM program. You're starting summer or fall 2025. Very simple. Within your admissions email, you will see that a seat is being held for you once you pay your seat deposit. Then you will be put in contact with your program coordinator. You can reach out for academic advising. That way you can figure out what classes you'll be taking. So for example, summer registration has just started. So today I'm expecting to see emails from students that will be starting this summer to find out if they can go ahead and register for classes. If they've made their seat deposit, then they will be able to. Most important part, I think, for every student is finding out, okay, well, I'm here, I'm interested, I want to learn more. You've already made that first step. Next, you're wondering, okay, well, how much does the program cost? So this is our current 2024 to 2025 academic costs for the program. It is a 30 credit program, and the cost per credit is at $843. So currently for our students, the total for tuition for your program is $25,290. But remember, we've already told you a little bit about what our program already offers. So those graduate assistantships is a great way to help our students who are interested in cutting a little bit of their cost. You work at the WCC or in other offices around campus, and you're able to help in the cost of your tuition. Other ways to help pay for your academics is, of course, financial aid. For our U.S. citizen students, you are able to apply for federal financial aid. That is through the federal government and the FAFSA application. Those packages can include anything from student loans to work study programs. Once a student has applied for financial aid, you have to give our institution at least 2 weeks to process your aid package. Of course, if you have questions, you can contact the financial aid office directly to find out more. NSU does offer an opportunity for payment plans. So for students who are not receiving financial aid or will still have a bill after their financial aid is processed, you can always reach out to our bursar's office to create a payment plan for each semester. They are great to work with, and I usually tell students, if you know you need a payment plan, just make sure to reach out to them at least 2 weeks prior to the start of the semester so you have everything ready to go. For scholarships, scholarships are not run through the Office of Admissions. They are done on 3 different levels here at the university. So for our students that are interested in scholarships, there is a scholarship webpage right on our financial aid page that has a breakdown of all of the available awards. There are institutional-based scholarships that you may apply for, and these are just some of the examples of things that you may find on the website. College-wide means that these are scholarships that are awarded to students who are a part of Halmos College, where our CRDM program is located. And then department-specific. Department-specific would mean that these scholarships are available and awarded through the Department of Communication, Media, and the Arts, where CRDM is housed. So again, not done through the Office of Admissions, but specifically on 3 different levels from the university. And all the information can be found on our financial aid website about what scholarships are available and what their deadlines are. Each should have either an application link, an email, and a deadline available for you to apply. Then some of that CRDM specific funding we've mentioned already, but again, our graduate assistantships, that's probably the biggest and the best ones that we have available. Our students are able to work in these paid positions that also assist with their tuition while they are in the program. There are some program discounts that are awarded to students that may be a part of some specialized groups. So our employees of the Broward County Sheriff's Office, and then our students that are a part of the military, whether it's as veterans, current military, and I do believe spouses and dependents as well can qualify. So these are the contact information for the military. If you are a veteran or an active service member, please reach out to our office so that you can get more information about how you can have a discount applied. And then, of course, if you are a member of the Broward County Sheriff's Office, you can reach out to us directly and we will verify your employment in order to give you the discount that's available to participants. For all students, if you're interested in seeing more descriptives of the courses that you might be taking in this program, on our website, we do have the graduate program catalog that goes over all of the classes that are available in the CRDM program. So you can get a little bit more of a description of what each class might entail. And then the best way to keep in touch with us, if you want to hear what's happening with Halmos, with the CRDM program, if we're having a virtual lecture that a student or faculty member may be hosting, the best way to find out is to go through our social media pages. So these are the social media pages that you can connect with us. And of course, it's a great way to keep in touch with NSU as a whole. So now we want to open up the floor to any questions that we may have. Students, there is a chat function that you can put your questions in and we'd be happy to answer, and we will answer them aloud. So we'll give a few seconds for you guys to write any questions in the chat. And Farah put that link in the chat as well for everyone to see if you would like to look a little bit more into our student course catalog.
There is a question that came in. Yep. Sorry, Megan, go ahead. I'll let you. Sorry.
How do we apply to paid positions or full tuition paid positions? It's very simple. So it does depend on what type of position it is. So let's go first with the graduate assistantship through the WCC, our writing center. For students who are admitted to the program, again, I mentioned you'd have to start in the summer if you are looking to be a part of the WCC. Because there's a course associated with that assistantship. For those students, once you've applied to the program, you of course will get to talk with Dr. Kitchens, but you can make mention that you're interested in that graduate assistantship position. Then you will work with Kevin, who is our director of the WCC, in applying specifically for that position. Other positions on campus, once a student has been admitted, you will have access to Job X, where other positions on campus are posted. So some will specifically say graduate assistant or teaching assistant or research assistant, and those generally will come with some tuition assistance. Outside of those, if you're looking for general employment at NSU, that would be under our careers. So it does depend. Not all positions are fully paid tuition positions, but they will indicate what it is that they offer.
All right. Well, in the interest of everybody's time, of course, with our busy faculty and our student Melissa's wrapping up, of course, so I want to make sure we're cognizant of their time. If you do think of any further questions, please feel free to email myself, Megan, Dr. Kitchens, pretty much all of us will be happy to answer any questions that might pop up for you later. Those of you that are watching on your computer later, this is a recorded video that we'll be sending out to all of our interested students who could not make it today due to scheduling conflicts. Please, as you as well, if you have any questions, feel free to respond to us with those as well. I thank you all for being here very much and look forward to seeing you in the upcoming semesters here at Nova Southeastern University. Really appreciate it. I hope you all have a great rest of your start to your week, and I will talk to you again soon. Take care, everybody. Thanks for being here.